Starting with my favorite concealer from Elegant Pro Conceal in the shade Toffee and the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NW45. Mixing these two concealers together, I like to apply it to the areas where I want light to naturally hit my face. My face already has foundation on it, but because I want to give my face a structure, I need to highlight and contour. So I go under my eyes and I make like a triangle like drawing under my eyes, trying not to go beyond my eyebrows. And then using a damp beauty blender, not just a damp beauty blender, a wet beauty blender, I blend the concealer until I don't see any harsh lines or any demarcations. These are still the other areas I want light to naturally hit my face, but I take it in steps because a mixture of these two concealers makes it dry and hard to blend. So I try to go in steps and blend it one at a time. So just take your time and blend and make sure you're blending. Just blend, 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 and make sure your beauty blender is wet. To easily blend the highlighter on my nose, I like to pinch the beauty blender so that it really gets just the tip of my nose. To contour, I use the black Opal stick foundation in black suede, and this is basically what I do to contour. I draw a line on my cheekbones. I use the tip of my ear and where my eyebrow ends as a guideline and around my forehead for my big forehead. To blend my contour, I find this method really easy. I blend it upwards and then going around my forehead, I blend in circles. It's a tip you can use, but it works for me, and that's what I do. And using the same beauty blender I used earlier, I just go in and make sure that everything looks blended and seamless and flawless. And to set the contour, I use the Covergirl Queen in Ebony Bronze to just help the contour stay in place and make it look sharper. I love this bronzer because it's not too harsh and it makes it look really natural. To set my highlight, I go in with the Laura Mercier translucent powder and using the flat end of my blender, I apply it under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, everywhere that I applied concealer, and I just leave it there to bake for about 15 to 20 minutes. Just to know to say more clearly. One tip I use or I give is I use creams separately from powders, and so after setting my face with my translucent powder, I go back with my bronzer and make sure I set my contour more because I don't want to lose the contour because it's easy to for it to get missing in the midst of all this translucent powder. Now going into my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in Dark Dip, I use it to take off my baking powder. I use this fluffy brush and I just brush it off. And then under my cheekbones, I blend the powder downwards. It just helps that contour really stand out. And of course, my nose contour, I use the bronzer, the Ebony bronzer, because I don't like a harsh nose contour and it's just the perfect thing to use. The black Opal setting powder, I used a very fluffy brush and I just do that all over my face. It just puts everything together and just gives my face like a uniform, flawless look. With the e.l.f. blush palette from Walmart in the shade Deep, I use that deep pink color to apply blush to my cheeks. In the Smashbox contour palette, I use the darkest shade to get an even deeper contour because, like I said, it's easy to lose touch of your contour because of all the other powders you put. So I just apply just a little bit just to make my contour really sharp. Yes, you know what time it is. That's the Laura Gelée in the shade Gilded Honey for some glow, because what is makeup without glow? I apply it on my cheekbones, on the bridge of my nose, and on my cupid bow. And to make my highlight stand out or look really good, I apply a second layer of highlight using the Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion in number 2. I'm going to leave it down in the description bar. I just go on top of the previous highlighter and I make it glow even more. With my favorite lip pencil from NYX in the shade Espresso, I use that to line my lips, and then I go in for an ombre look using the Duo lip liner from NYX in Cookies and Cream. I think this is the cream side of it, and I just put it there and I just blend it and it just looks good and I love it. Just a little more time to heal. And of course, the most important step, set your face. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you learned something. I'll see you guys in my next video.